Hello everybody, this is Gene Star134, and I'm back. Now, coming to you with this movie review, as you can see, it's a little bit out of standard. This is the Lego Movie. Now, you're wondering, considering my critiques, how could this be in my lineup of movies to watch, honestly? But let's just start with it and see what comes from it. So the whole idea is just, if everyone has watched the previews, have seen the previews, it's an ordinary character gets into a situation and finds, I guess you can equate it to your Deus Machina, just the whole thing of power. So it's a very simplistic story at first. He becomes the chosen one, even though he is seen as a character that has incredibly no definition by standards, and that's beyond standard of definition. That includes that he has no specific traits, nothing that makes him special, not even a single or atom, almost, I could say, of interest. He just seems incredibly generic. And so, from that point, you follow this story and you're like, what's going on? What is so special about this? But what blooms from it is actually a very interesting combination of a comedy that does not have to be lowbrow, doesn't have to be incredibly stupid and childish in order to get past. It mixes that level where it's almost situational, but at the same time still quotable, and that's where you see the movie starting to really turn. It becomes something that just almost blows your mind. And in that sense, even as a kid's movie, I was sitting through it with my girlfriend and other friends and slowly becoming more interested in the movie, seeing how this character develops as well as the other characters around him, because it just blew my mind. It really kind of stepped into something that was not expected. The acting cast alone, Will Arnett, the list goes on, Charlie Day, Morgan Freeman. So what really just seemed to be so simplistic turned into something that was over the top. And without trying to give too much away, it reaches out even in the standards of a human's ideal, is that this is not just something that will be for kids, but for the family, for everyone who can sit there and say, I relate to this movie. And that is something that just constantly, to this moment, actually stuns me, is the fact that it becomes almost like another Disney movie, in the sense that it is for an intended audience, but goes beyond itself, in the sense that anyone can sit down and watch this movie. You don't have to be a certain demographic in order to enjoy this movie, and that's what, in a sense, makes it so great. I mean, there are some questionable moments where it's like, for kids, they would laugh at it, and adults would just be like, what the hell? What were they thinking? But it's so what the hell and so spontaneous that it makes you laugh. It allows you to enjoy it. It's like that random moment where someone just says something, and you're just like, what? How? What are you on? And that's what just brings this movie to life, is the fact that they mix so many different combinations of comedy that does not have to be to a demographic, and that's where its beauty truly stems, along with the story. Again, not to spoil too much, but just by seeing this movie, you will get your money's worth, and I can guarantee you on that. There are very few people that I have talked to that have not liked this movie, and so I give this 100%. I say go watch it, go enjoy it, go take the family. It's totally worth watching. I would watch it again as soon as I have time and money. It is 100% go. I say go see this movie. It's worth the laughs. It's worth the comedy. It's worth the story. Honestly, the only thing that could grate on your nerves a little bit is occasionally one or two of the characters, but even then, all of them seem to have some form of development, and that's what makes it great. Even the background characters, which by standards just turns everything into a three-dimensional state, and that makes the movie blossom even more. But enough of me rambling. I hope you enjoyed this. Go see it. It's out in theaters now. This is Gene Starwin, 34, signing out.